Hi students, welcome to the lecture series in Power Plant Engineering subject. Myself Brinda, working as an assistant professor in Shubli Department, Government College of Engineering, Srirangam. This is the current semester syllabus for the Power Plant Engineering subject in the 2017 regulation. These are all the prescribed textbooks for this subject. Let us start our session with first unit, coal-based thermal power plants. The topics covered in the first unit are: first one is introduction about power plant engineering. Second topic, layout of modern coal power plant, boilers, subsystems of thermal power plants, broad system, heat water treatment, binary cycles, cogeneration systems, turbines, condensers, steam and heat rate, Rankine cycle, and improvisations. First, we have to discuss about some basics of power plant engineering. The power plant is an assembly of systems or subsystems to generate electricity. It is an industrial facility used to generate electrical power with the help of generators, which converts different energy sources into electrical power. Next, we are going to study about power plant engineering. Power plant engineering is a study of network of interconnected components which converts different forms of energy into electrical energy. So the types of energy sources are broadly classified into two types. First one is non-renewable source of energy and second one is renewable sources of energy. The non-renewable source of energy is otherwise called as conventional energy source and renewable source of energy is called as non-conventional energy source. Examples of non-renewable sources of energy are fossil fuel energy, hydraulic energy and nuclear energy. Similarly, in the case of renewable sources of energy are solar, wind, tidal, wave, geothermal and biomass energy. So, in the case of conventional sources of energy, because it is exhausted which cannot be replenished in a short time. So, it is called as non-renewable sources of energy. But in the case of renewable source of energy, they are being produced continuously in nature and are inexhaustible. So, they are called as renewable sources of energy or non-conventional sources of energy. These are all the types of energy sources. The types of power plants are broadly classified as coal power plant, hydraulic power plant, nuclear power plant, geothermal power plant, solar power plant, wind power plant and biomass power plants. Let us discuss this one by one. First one is coal power plant. This is the layout of coal power plant. Here, the heat produced by burning the fossil fuel materials boils the water and transforms into heat. The heat is then piped to a turbine. The impulse of the turbine moves the turbine blades. Finally, the steam is condensed and moved to the boiler to repeat the cycle. The rotation of the turbine rotates the generator and produces the electricity. Second one is hydroelectric power plant. These power plants are stations where energy is produced by the force of falling water. The water moves a turbine connected to a generator that collects the energy that water creates. Third one is nuclear power plant. Here, the heat is produced by the fission in a nuclear reactor. So directly or indirectly, the water vapor is produced. Okay. The pressurized steam is then usually fed to a multi-stage steam turbine. So this is the wind power plant. The wind stations are the ones that transform the wind energy into useful kind of energy. The wind farm consists of hundreds of wind turbines connected to a electric power station network. Biomass power plant. This is the diagrammatic representation of biomass power plant. The biomass thermal energy consists in burning the natural waste and rubbish such as plants, animals, food, etc. It produces natural gases that provides heat to water and which transform into steam. That later will move to a turbine connected to a generator that collects the energy. Next, solar power plant. The kind of power plant creates energy by transforming the heat and light from the sun. There are two types. First one is solar thermal energy and second one is photovoltaic energy. In the case of solar thermal energy, it stores the heat of the sun which transforms the water into steam. That moves the turbine that connected to the generator that collects the energy. The photovoltaic energy is a method of generating electrical power by converting the solar radiation into direct current electricity. Geothermal power plants. The geothermal electricity is electricity generated from geothermal energy. The technologies in use includes dry steam power plants, flash steam power plants, and binary cycle power plants. So these are all the various types of power plants. Now we are going to study about what are the major constraints to be used for the selection of site for steam power plants. The various constraints are availability of raw material, nature of the land, cost of the land, availability of water, good transport facilities, availability of labor, size of the plant, load centers, public problems, and future extensions. These are all the constraints for selecting the site for the steam power plants. Now we are going to study about the modern coal power plant. This is the simple layout diagram. So it consists of boiler, turbine, condenser, generator, coal handling equipment, and ash handling equipments. These are all the major equipments used in the coal power plant. Now we are going to discuss about the functions of equipments used in coal power plant. Initially, the coal is brought and crushed into powder. This coal is fed to the boiler. The main function of boiler is to burn the fuel and produce the steam. In the superheater, the moisture content is removed from the steam and the steam is called as superheated steam. Then the superheated steam rotates the shaft of the high pressure turbine. So the main function of turbine is to convert heat energy into mechanical energy. The turbine shaft is connected to the generator. The function of generator is to convert mechanical energy into electrical energy which produces electrical power. The power generator is then transmitter. The piping system is to carry the steam and water. So these are all the functions of various equipment used in coal power plant. Okay. Now we are going to study about the working principle of steam power plant. So steam is an important medium for producing mechanical energy. A steam power plant is also called as thermal power plant. It converts energy stored in fossil fuels in the form of heat energy. Fossil fuel means coal, oil, natural gas, etc. First, the steam is produced in the boiler using coal as the working fuel and is used to drive the turbine. So this high pressure steam is used to drive the turbine. The main function of turbine is to convert the heat energy into mechanical energy. Okay. This mechanical energy is used for generating the power with the help of generator. When the exhaust steam is passed through the condenser is a place where the steam is condensed in the water and recirculated. This cycle is repeated again. Okay. This is the working principle of steam power plant. Now we are going to discuss about the layout of modern power plants, different circuits. So the coal power plant comprises of main four circuits. They are coal and ash circuit, air and gas circuit, feed water and steam circuit, and cooling water circuit. These are all the four main circuits used in coal power plants. Let us discuss it one by one. First one is coal and ash circuit. So initially, the coal arrives at the storage yard and from the storage, the coal is fed to the boiler through coal handling equipment for the generation of steam. Ash resulting from combustion of coal collects at the back of the boiler and is removed to the ash storage yard through ash handling equipment. Okay, this is the main function of coal and ash circuit. Then second one is air and gas circuit. The air is supplied to the combustion chamber of the boiler either through forced draft or induced draft or by using both. The dust from the air is removed before supplying to the combustion chamber. The exhaust heat of the gas is given to the air and then it is passed through the dust collectors, where most of the dust is removed before exhausting the gases to the atmosphere through the chimney. Third one is feed water and steam circuit. So this is the simple line diagram of feed water and steam circuit. The steam generated in the boiler is fed to the prime mover to develop the power. Then the steam coming out the turbine is condensed in the condenser and then fed to the boiler with the help of pump. The condensate is heated in the heat heaters. The heat heaters may be of mixed type or indirect heating type. Some of the steam and water is lost passing through different components of the system. Therefore, feed water is supplied from external source to compensate these losses. Finally, cooling water circuit. The cooling water circuit consists of pump, condenser, cooling tower, etc. The exhaust steam from the turbine is condensed in the condenser. In the condenser, the cold water is circulated to condense the steam into river. The steam is condensed by losing its heat to the circulating cold water. Thus, the circulating water is heated and the hot water is then taken to the cooling tower. In cooling tower, the water is sprayed in the form of droplets through nozzles. The atmospheric air enters to the cooling tower from the openings provided in the bottom of the tower. This air removes the heat from the water. The cooled water is collected in the pond called cooling pond. The cooling water is again circulated through the condenser and cooling tower, etc. Thus the cycle is repeated again. This is the function of cooling water circuit. Okay. So up to this we have to study about what are the major equipments in coal power plant, what are the functions of equipments in coal power plant, then what are the main circuits used in coal power plant, operation of steam power plant, etc. Now we are going to study about the advantages of a thermal power plant. The first advantage, the unit capacity of the thermal power plant is more and the cost of unit decreases with increase in the unit capacity. And the life of the plant is more as compared to the diesel plant. The repair and maintenance cost is less when compared to the diesel plant. Initial cost of the plant is very less than nuclear power plant. It is suitable for varying load conditions. No harmful radioactive waste are produced as in the case of nuclear plant. Unskilled operators can operate the plant. The power generation does not depend on the water storage. There are no transmission losses because they are located near the load centers. These are all the some of the advantages of thermal power plants. But it also having some demerits are there. They are the thermal power plants are very less efficient than diesel power plants because the cooling water required is more, space occupied is more, storage required for the fuel is also more, ash handling is a big problem. It is not economical in areas which are remote from the coal fields. Fuel transportation, handling and storage charges are also high. So these are some of the disadvantages of a thermal power plant. So in this video, we have discussed about the introduction about the power plants, operation of coal power plants, various circuits used in coal power plant, advantages, disadvantages, etc. Hope this video is very helpful for everyone. Thank you.